Okay, so you've already hopefully learned, if you're thinking about buying a home, what documents to have prepared, and then also what questions to ask your mortgage loan officer. So now we're going to talk about the process of getting pre-approved and what that looks like. So each mortgage loan officer and their company may have a little bit of a different process. So I'm just going to speak to what I'm familiar with and what we actually do. So you're going to, after we have a conversation, receive an email from me that will provide a link that will take you to a secure account that you're going to create with your email address. This account is something that you're going to have access to throughout the entire loan process. When you go and create that account, you'll actually complete a secure online application. Now, here's a hint. When you're completing the application, you want to make sure you're including the last 2 years of your address history with dates, same with your employment history with dates. Be as detailed and as specific as possible, because the more information we have up front, the easier it is to determine what mortgage product you could qualify for, what down payment option you might be able to do. So just try and make sure to provide as much information as you can with the application. When you're done, it'll actually notify me that it's complete, and I will then invite you to upload the documents that I talked about earlier into your application portal. So again, this is all secure coming over to me, and I will give you a quick hit list so you'll understand exactly what is needed. When I receive those documents over, I'm able to put the whole package together, and I'll do either what's called a soft credit pull or a hard credit pull. There's a difference between the two. A soft credit pull is when I actually can review your 3 credit scores for any borrower on the loan, along with any debts that you have. So it will show me balances, payments, if you've had collection accounts, bankruptcies, whatever you might have had on your credit, I'm going to be able to see. The soft credit pull, however, is not going to show as a hard inquiry on your credit report. And sometimes people want that because you're just thinking about buying a home, but you're unsure of the timeline. So that's something that we can do. When you're actually though ready and you want to get a pre-approval letter, we're going to have to do what's called a hard credit pull. And that allows us to use that credit report for a few months while you're actually getting qualified and shopping for a home. Sometimes it can happen very, very quickly, and sometimes it just takes you a little bit longer to find the perfect home. So that's a hard credit pull, and it will show as an inquiry on your credit report. So once I have your credit report, your documentation, I'm gonna actually, based on the conversation that we had earlier, determine with your payment comfort and how much total money you have available to put into the purchase. So when I say total money available, that means your closing costs and your down payment. When I have all of that information, I'm able to start working up your pre-approval. I will cash flow your income. I will figure out your debt to income ratio. I will determine what mortgage loan program you qualify for. I'll look at interest rates, and I'll actually create a spreadsheet so I can show you different sales price ranges and what the monthly payments would be in each scenario with different interest rates. And I'll also break down an estimate of closing costs that you're going to need to be aware of, that you'll need to have those funds available at the time of closing along with your down payment. So once I have all of that information, I will email you that worksheet, and we're going to go over that together. So we're going to talk about estimated payments, and based on what I provided, what is your comfort level? Is it on the higher side, the lower side? You know, is the target payment look okay? Are you going to be able to come up with the total cash that is needed? We're going to have that conversation together before I issue the pre-approval letter to you and to your real estate agent. The first letter generally will have what's called a TBD address. That's to be determined, because you probably don't know yet the property that you want to write an offer on. Sometimes though, people do. Sometimes people find the house and then want to get pre-approved right away. And luckily our team is able to work really, really quickly if we're in that situation. But ideally, you want to get pre-approved before you start shopping for a home. So once I provide that pre-approval letter to you and to the real estate agent that you're working with, that will give them the green light to go ahead and put you on a listing search. So you could see, based on your wants and needs and the area that you're looking in, what homes are in the price point that you said were comfortable to you. So you'll start seeing active listings that are on the market in your price point, and it will actually allow your real estate agent to go with you and actually look at homes, because the seller of a home and the seller's real estate agent want to make sure that you have been pre-approved by a licensed mortgage loan officer like myself before you actually go into a home and look at a home, because they don't want you to just go there if there's no chance of you buying it, right? They want to have people interested and looking at their home that they're selling that have already been vetted and pre-approved by a mortgage lender. So you're out shopping for a home with your real estate agent, you find the home that you fall in love with, you decide that you want to submit an offer. You or your real estate agent will reach out to me and let me know the address of the property and how much of an offer you're looking to make. And then what I will do is I will work up those specific numbers to that home, and I'll provide those to you. I'll look up things like property tax rate. Is there an HOA? Just certain things that may alter the payment that we went through when you didn't have a house picked out. So I'm going to provide that information to you guys. You're going to go ahead and your real estate agent will write up your offer for you. You'll submit that offer, and then you'll wait to hear back from the seller and the seller's agent whether or not they accepted your offer or they gave what's called a counter offer, which means that they didn't agree with the terms that you submitted, but they're countering you with different terms. And it's up to you if you want to accept those counter terms or not. So let's say, for example, that the terms are accepted, okay? And we call that offer accepted. That's time to celebrate. That means that the house that you love, you submitted the offer and the seller chose you. They want to sell their house to you. You did all of the right things. You got pre-approved by a licensed mortgage loan officer. You submitted an offer, it got accepted. So now what?